Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christopher Van Buren, and I'd like to thank you for attending today's webinar. Today's topic is going to be the road to a sale. What we'd like to do today is go over the 10 steps on the road to a sale. So let's begin. Now, before we start in going into the actual psychology of a road to a sale, what I'd like to first talk to you about is the mindset that I think as a salesperson or a new salesperson that we need to try to adopt before we go out and make contact with other professionals and other people, other clients, potential clients in the field. That mindset would be that every sort of life is showing up. If you're not out there, shaking hands, kissing the babies, you're not going to make it happen. Number two, anytime two people meet, a sale is made. So anytime we come into understand objections are going to be a course of life, and it's either you're going to be able to sell to your prospect or they're going to sell you why you're not selling to them. Just get out of that mindset. We're wolves, as my mentor tells me, Sid Michael. So anytime two people meet, a sale is made. And then finally, win arguments leads the deal. We're professionals, so we want to make sure we're not going to be losing our cool. We are going to be dealing with some alpha-type personalities. We're going to be dealing with people who have very little time, very little patience. We cut to the chase quickly, get the facts, but we don't want to be in an argument state. We want to understand what our clients' needs are and their desires and their objections, and handle them accordingly. So let's begin. Our first stage, the meet and greet. Now, this is a really interesting part because who do we generally meet first when we walk into a dealership? One and only the gatekeeper. Now, what we want to do as professionals is realize that we don't pitch her. You do not pitch the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper's job is basically to screen the people that are walking into a dealership. This is a person that more than likely you want to make an ally because, again, she's going to be the person that's going to have the heartbeat of what's going to go to the dealership. So if the gatekeeper doesn't know what's going on in the office, she's not a real effective gatekeeper. What we want to do is, instead of going to a whole big, I'm just a salesman and I have the great shiny new toy that you must have it, directly to the GM of this operation right away. We want to approach this in a more tactful, a more mindful way. So what we want to do is start off with giving a positive benefit. So what I mean by that, I'm here to give everybody a raise. Or, I've got 5 buyers to buy cars. Can anyone help me? Now, I'm sure if you use these opening lines or opening lines similar to this, you're going to see yourself being moved over to the next level and getting that handshake. It's handshake time with that GM or that manager. Then we want to also be mindful that when we are in this part of meet and greeting, that we look our best, our breath, taste the best. We don't have any bad breath, and that we're able to give a handshake in a very firm manner. No one wants to have a kind of weak wrist, an empty handshake. We go in, we shake like men. Sorry, ladies, but when we come in and shake, you want to palm straight out, grab that hand. How we doing? Thank you for taking the time to see me. You're going to be glad you did. All right. Now we're going to be doing a very important step. It's called fact-finding. We're going to ask questions in order to determine, let's back up. We're going to ask questions. And we're going to build rapport. It's very important that during this stage, we have so much anxiety in the sale process, especially for us new people. When we're first meeting with a dealer or our first potential client, and we have all these butterflies and all this energy, and we're just ready to spew it all on this poor, unsuspecting soul. But we have to realize that by by asking questions or in building rapport, we are then able to try to catch our breath. We're listening. So we want to ask questions like this. So questions I would think to ask would be, so how's business? I'd like to get a snapshot so I can better serve you. How many cars did you sell last month? If you don't mind me asking, what's your average PVR, price per vehicle? Or the last one, what's your average turn RO in service? Now, what these questions are designed to do is basically, we want to be in a controlling situation, and what we want to do is we want to be fact-finding. Before we know what type of products or services, what do they provide to this particular dealer or particular client, we have to have a grasp and understanding of what their needs and desires are. Without a clear picture of what their needs and desires are, anything you're talking about is just blah, 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 blah. We need to focus it on them, and this is where we're coming. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to make you better. I'm here to help you crush your competition. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that is by knowing what you need to get done. Is it doing so more used cars? Do you need more ups? Do you need more phone calls? Do you need more walk-ins? Do you need better access to cars? So you come out to auction. This is the mindset, this is the information, and this is our ammo. So when we go to our next stage, we know what we're talking about as far as going to. And that next thing is basically selling from our stock. I know we're marketers. We have a million and one products that are above moderate. We can be doing reputation and this and the other, and outsourcing that. But what we really want to do is sell from stock. And basically, I'm talking about selling our inventory through automotive syndication. So with automotive syndication, basically we're going to be able to get the dealer's entire lot on the World Wide Web, basically dominating it. Dealer like the number one source of secondary finance leads, which makes up 2/3 of the buying public who has some type of credit issue. We have access to provide the dealers with some of the best leads in the market, double scrub, 100% guaranteed, the best in this. Quick Search Auto, our brand new tool. Basically now we can walk to a dealer and say, well, now I can show you a way, or if there was a way that I can show you how you can access and to buy cars that are priced within a profit range that you predetermine, without having to go walk through 1,000,001 cars and haggle with 1,000,001 other dealers. And you have that opportunity to be the first one to get that. Would that be something that would be interesting to you? I'm sure they'd say yes. Quick Search Autos is that tool. So we want to be able to sell for our inventory. What we want to do is after we've got all our information and we finish our interview and we understand, well, this is the tools that I have to bring to a thing, we want to do $1 million walk around. And we want to talk about $1 million walk around. This is the time. This is where we're going to put it in the road. We're doing our presentation, but what we want to do is value. It's not the product. It's the value that the product brings to the client. We want to make sure that our product matches their needs and desires, and we're going to build up that value, and we're just going to keep on doing things, and we're going to stack that value and stack that value and stack the value that, to the point where price doesn't even become an issue. As you see, the more there's value, that scale's going up. They're not thinking about price. They're like, oh, I can get this done and I can get that done. And we're bringing real value to that dealership, really affecting their bottom line. They're going to be interested, and they're going to want to have your product no matter what the price is. I think this is a great saying. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. We are not a nickel and dime, a five and dime. We're not that service. We are a professional and we bring value to our dealerships, and when we bring that value over price equals a sale. So when you keep that in your mind, friend, that I'm here to build value, and they understand the value, that's going to be right into your sale. So what we want to do is during this period of time, during this conversation, we want to be seated and relaxed. Hopefully by the time that we finish doing our interview and we've done our presentation, we are seated, so we have their attention for that 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever is needed. After that, after going through that, going through the needs analysis, doing our $1 million walkthrough, it's time to trial close. Maybe it's time to think about it. It's time to try to trial close. Find out where you're at in the sales process. You should be thinking of questions like this: If I could show you how you could buy 5 more cars a month without having to go to the auction, priced within price point, would you be able to start today? Be quiet and wait for the answer. Because you remember, the first person who speaks loses. Or can you see value in the fact of being able to have your entire auto inventory syndicated over the entire internet, getting Auto Trader-like results for half the price? Can you see value in that? Again, wait for that dot of confirmation. Now, if you get a no, if they get a fact, that means, whoa, I must have done something wrong. Excuse me. This point, generally during the process, people are ready to say, well, where do I sign up? Obviously, I must have missed something. Let me go back. Try to hit that $1 million walk around again. Hit them points. Hit those key figures. Didn't you say you wanted to sell an extra 20 cars? Didn't you say that you like to have the ability to buy cars and not have to worry about the auction? Showing you how what you said you need is what I'm delivering. We do this with our trial closes. So after we do finish up with our trial closes, it's time to get that commitment. Basically, it's time to say, let's get out the paperwork. I'm going to show you the menu of options. I need to press hard. There's 3 copies. It's time to collect the data that you need to collect in order to start your job. So keep calm, close the deal. This is where the bread and butter is. Don't talk yourself out of the deal. Don't walk out and just, that was a great presentation, I'll get back to you tomorrow. No. It's time to put get this thing. I'm ready to get to work for you. I'm ready to give you 125%. I need that commitment from you today. That's the stance you need to have. Be ready to negotiate, step 8. But we want to negotiate to a win-win. If there is an issue regarding the price of the services, we want to take away some of those products and services to meet the price point that they had in mind for the value that they think. We just start dropping our price just because we want to drop our price, and we're not just haggling, a little cheap 5 or dime item, So we're saying, okay, well, fine. Maybe if I take away the Quick Search Auto and just give you Facebook Social and the Backpage and Craigslist, I can kind of hit your target price range that you feel comfortable at. Make them say, no, I want that extra service. And then maybe come around with a spin and say, okay, well, I would say give you a slight price drop for the introduction, just to give you an opportunity for me to prove that everything I've talked to you about will actually happen. But once that does, say in 30 days, I go back to full bill. Is that okay? Get that handshake. We just negotiated to a win-win. We didn't drop. We stayed firm on our price, but we stayed true to our value. So it wasn't about the price; it was about our value, and that's what we said. We're true to your value. We'll negotiate to a win-win. We're just not cutting dollars to cut dollars. We'll move it forward in an effective manner. Step 9: proper delivery. This is the time where we need to iron out and lay out the facts for the individual on exactly how our products and services are going to be implemented over what time frame. Auto syndication doesn't happen overnight. There's a process of getting the pictures over to Craigslist. They have to set up the charge account with for that preset number of cars they want to advertise for a month. It takes a few days for those things to start showing up on the internet. So you want to advise them ahead of time. Well, these are the things that are going to be going on over the next several days as the system is in process. After I finish this paperwork and send it over to the dealer, I can actually maybe have your phone ringing in the next couple of hours, depending on, how quickly you're able to cut that check, give me that cash, and sign this contract, and I can get it over to my department, my clearance department, and make sure we get you in our system, get you up and rolling. You know what I'm saying? Do it correctly, upload the information. Boom! I might be able to have get your login credentials. I gotta have you on Quick Search Auto. Before I leave here this afternoon, go over what the client should expect and the time frame that they're going to expect it. If it's direct mail, let them know. Let them know the process. Keep them informed, which leads into the next step, which is the fortunes and the follow-up. Follow-up is so important. We can't overstate how important it is just to follow up with our consumers and keep them in the loop. Second thing would be is to ask for referrals. Referrals is the name of the game, people. I've been in various sales positions, and every time I have been successful is when I'm working on referrals, because at this point I'm not cold calling. I'm not walking into these blank offices asking people for their time. I am being requested to come in and sit down with you. I'm a valued advisor. I'm a respected advisor, a trusted advisor, and they're expecting to see me. So, this is a nice, free, easy way with it. No marketing involved, no cameras, no spending money. Word of mouth brings you where we need to go. The value of referrals is just, an interesting statistic I found. Some companies that 90% of the consumers worldwide say that they are most likely to trust and recommend people they know. Can be said any simpler. By the way, I'm never too busy for referrals. So when you're with that dealer and you're coming back after that follow-up and you're checking back in on them and saying, okay, well, look, you see the great results you've had with the products and services that I've provided you. Is there anyone that you know that I could would enjoy the same benefits, enjoy these benefits, and get that lead to that next dealer, or to that next rooftop, or the same rooftop to that corporation. Well, that was going to conclude our seminar for this evening. I'd like to thank you for taking your time to listen to the 10 Steps to the Road to a Sale. My name is Christopher Van Buren. I'm with BC Social Media Services. Have a great day.